So let's start with question number 91. Here is a test item. The improvement of basic education should be the top priority of the Philippine government. Defend or refute this position. Under what type of question does this test item fall? Letter A, convergent. Letter B, evaluative. Letter C, analysis. Letter D, low level. So the question, saan daw ang test item na ito? Now, what type of question? Is it convergent, evaluative, analysis, or letter D, low level? 5 seconds to choose your answer. The correct answer is letter C, analysis. So let's rationalize the question. And the answer is letter C, analysis. The test item, the improvement of basic education should be the top priority of the Philippine government. Ang keyword dyan is defend or refute this position. So basically, they are going to have a two separate set of answer. So it's either they will defend or refute that position. So it requires the students to analyze the statement, consider various factors, and then defend or refute the position based on their analysis. It involves high-order thinking skills or HATS. So ano ba yung high-order thinking skills? That is how and why. So question, no? Hindi yung facts na question. So how and why. So students need to break down the statement, examine evidence, and construct a coherent argument. So they are going to separate each topic or statement na pabor sa kanila, or it are going to defend or refute the position. Okay, so the correct answer is letter C. Question number 92. Does assessment as learning occur when a student monitors her own progress in relation to learning targets he or she sets up? Letter A, partially yes. Letter B, partially no. Letter C, no. Or letter D, yes. So the question states that ang assessment as learning ba ay nagmo-monitor? The student monitors his own progress. Is it partially yes, partially no, no, or yes? The correct answer is letter D. So, yes. Kasi assessment as learning, that is a self-evaluation. So, in-evaluate mo yung sarili mo, kung natutunan mo ba talaga yung inaaral mo. So, assessment as learning does occur when student monitors their own progress. So, the keyword here is own or self in relation to the learning targets they set up. This type of assessment emphasizes the student's role in their own learning process, where they actively engage in self-assessment, reflection, goal setting to improve their understanding and skills. So, pag sinabi nating assessment as learning, this is an self-evaluation. Pag sinabi naman nating assessment for learning, that is formative assessment. So while the lesson is ongoing, you're giving them assessment kung talaga bang makapag-proceed ka sa next lesson. So, kapag sinabi naman natin assessment as learning, the student monitors her own learning. Okay? So, okay na tayo dyan. Pwede nyo i-screenshot ang ating rationalization ng ating answer. Let's proceed to question number 93. Among the following measurement factors, which does not belong to the group of variables that relate to the cognitive ability of the learner? Letter A, computation skills. Letter B, logic and reasoning. Letter C, series, sequence. Letter D, manual dexterity. Okay, the keyword here is cognitive ability. Cognitive ability. So, ano ang unang lumalabas sa isipan ninyo pag sinabi nating cognitive? So, dapat yan, it pertains to the brain. No? Ang computation skills ba ay brain? Logic and reasoning ba ay brain? Series sequence ba ay brain? Manual dexterity ba ay brain? Okay, 5 seconds to choose your answer. The correct answer is letter D, manual dexterity. So, when we say manual dexterity, that involves the hands, no? Kamay. So, saan ang manual dexterity? That is locomotor or psychomotor, no? So, ano natin? Among the listed measurement factors, the one that does not belong to the group of variables that relate to the cognitive ability of the learner is letter D, manual dexterity. So that is a physical skill and coordination of the hands and fingers. Okay, so motor skill siya. So kagaya sinabi ko kanina, that is a psychomotor and not a cognitive ability. Okay, so next question. Question number 94. Which of the following is meant to determine student performance at the beginning of instruction? Letter A, summative assessment. Letter B, formative assessment. Letter C, diagnostic assessment. Letter D, placement assessment. The keyword here is student performance at the beginning of instruction. So, anong ginagamit natin dyan? Summative, formative, diagnostic, or placement? The correct answer is letter C, diagnostic assessment. So, let's rationalize the correct answer. Diagnostic assessment are used to identify students' existing knowledge, skills, abilities before instruction begins. So, ang diagnostic assessment pala ay ginagamit bago mag-umpisa ng instruction. Bakit? It helps the teachers understand strengths and weaknesses and plan instruction carefully. So, we use diagnostic assessment para malaman natin kung nasaan na ba ang level ng bata. So, saan tayo mag-umpisa sa ating lesson. Okay, so the correct answer is letter C, diagnostic assessment. Question number 95. Matthew Arnold's ideal person is the person whose powers are all in balance. The following have to be developed for a person to become Arnold's ideal person, except letter A, knowledge, skills, attitude. Letter B, head, heart, hands, and health. Letter C, brain, mind, reason. Letter D, cognitive, psychomotor, and affective powers. Okay, so ang keyword natin dito ay powers are all in balance. The correct answer is letter C, brain, mind, and reason. Bakit? Kasi yung brain, mind, and reason are all cognitive. No? So, lahat yan ay nasa utak. Pero, wala siyang balance. Kasi lahat yun ay puro sa utak. Pero pag sinabi nating knowledge, that pertains to cognitive, skills, that is psychomotor, attitude, that pertains to affective, head, cognitive, heart is affective, hands and health is psychomotor. Sa letter D naman, cognitive, psychomotor, and affective powers, yun na yun. Okay? So, brain, mind, and reason is not a balance of power kasi cognitive lahat siya. So, while brain and mind and reason are important, Arnold's ideal focuses on more holistic development that includes knowledge, skills, attitudes, and the balance of cognitive, psychomotor, and affective powers. Question number 96. The following are physical products for assessment, except for blank. Letter A, sculpture. Letter B, newspaper articles. Letter C, photographs. Letter D, video report. Okay, saan dito ang hindi physical product? Ang sculpture ba ay physical product? Ang newspaper ba ay physical product? Ang photographs ba ay physical product? Letter D, video report. Okay, 5 seconds to choose your answer. The correct answer is video report. So, bakit video report? Video report is not tangible. Hindi siya nahahawakan. Pero yung sculpture, newspaper, and photographs are all physical products because they can be touched. No? Let's rationalize the statement. The answer. A video report is not a physical product. It is a digital or multimedia product. The others, sculpture, newspaper articles, and photographs are tangible, physical products. Okay, screenshot and screenshot. Okay, let's proceed to question number 97. Following the principles for punishing students, which of the following is the least desirable strategy for classroom management? Letter A, punishing while angry. Letter B, give punishment sparingly. Letter C, punish the erring student rather than the entire class. Letter D, punishing while clarifying why punishment is done. So, ang keyword natin dito, least desirable strategy. Least desirable strategy. Okay, 5 seconds to choose your answer. Okay, the correct answer is punishing while angry. Kapag nagpaparusa ba tayo sa bata, kailangan ba galit tayo? So, yan yung pinaka-least desirable. Bakit? Baka madala ka ng iyong galit. So, in principle for punishing students, yan yung hindi dapat gawin. So, ang gagawin na natin, pwede tayong magkaroon ng punishment, pero sparingly lang, kumbaga paunti-unti lang. No? So, that is the least desirable. Let's rationalize the answer. Punishing students while angry can lead to inappropriate or disproportionate responses, and it does not model self-control or constructive behavior. Okay? baka makasakit tayo ng estudyante. So, the other options align more closely with effective and fair classroom management practices. Okay, screenshot. Pwede nyo screenshot yung ating sagot. Next question. What is the cultural trait of conflicting values that aims to please people in different venues and situations rather than abide by principles? Letter A, bahala na mentality. Letter B, crab mentality. Letter C, kanya-kanya system. Letter D, split personality. Okay, the keyword here is conflicting values. Conflicting values. Saan dyan yung cultural trait na nagpapakita ng tinatawag natin na conflicting values? The correct answer is letter D. Split personality. So, pag sinabi natin split personality, dalawa yung ugali. Mabait ka sa iba, tapos pag nag-iba naman, masungit ka. No? So, conflict. So, depende doon sa kalagayan ng tao, yung pagiging mabait mo. So, that is split personality. So, the term describes a behavior where an individual changes their principles or actions depending on the situation or audience. And it's often to gain favor or avoid conflict. So, ibig sabihin, nag-iiba yung ugali. Ang ibang term dyan ay balimbing. Okay? Ayan. Next question. In outcomes-based education, the assessment task should match with the blank. Letter A, learning materials. Letter B, learning content. Letter C, learning outcome. Letter D, learning references. So, saan dapat mag-match ang assessment task? Sa materials ba? Sa content? Sa outcome? Or sa references? The correct answer is learning outcome. So, sa outcomes-based education, syempre meron kang mga objectives na sinusunod. Hindi mo mame-measure ang isang bagay kung hindi naka-base sa learning outcome yung assessment mo. So, the assessment task designed to measure whether students have achieved the specified learning outcomes. So, kung ano yung pinagawa mo, dapat din yun ang magiging outcome. Okay, question number 100. Okay, medyo mahaba ba yung question 100. Secondary school competencies in programming and fostering the learning process are classified as program, generic, and specific. Program competencies refer to the overall competencies, which should be the thrust of lessons, programs for 1st to 4th year. The general competencies refer to knowledge and information, skills, values, and attitudes, which need immediate and observable learning behavior outcomes, hence, must be well defined, achieved and realized based on the needs of the learners, resources of the school, and the nature of the society. How can the teacher succeed in achieving the goals of each curriculum which he or she handles in the secondary level? Letter A, he or she must be a degree holder. Letter B, He or she must be familiar with the types of competencies in the curriculum level he or she handles. Letter C. Not only should he or she all know the types of competencies developed for secondary level, but also to distinguish which competencies should be realized. Letter D. He or she must be able to pass the LET. The question is, how can the teacher succeed in achieving the goals of each curriculum? Siya ba ay dapat degree holder lang? Siya ba dapat ay familiar sa types of competencies? Siya ba ay dapat familiar sa types of competencies at nakaka-distinguish siya ng competencies? Or siya ba dapat ay nakapasa sa licensure examination for teacher? Okay. Siyempre, ang pinaka magandang sagot dyan ay yung letter C. Alam mo na dapat yung mga competencies at alam mo dapat kung ano yung mga competencies na dapat ituro sa bata. Okay? So, the correct answer is letter C. Not only he or she know all the types of competencies developed for secondary, but also be able to distinguish which competencies be realized. This involves deep understanding of the curriculum, the specific competencies it aims to develop, and the ability to prioritize and focus on those competencies that are most crucial for the student's development.